Hello there. This is Movement with Anja. I'm Anja, and I'm glad that you're here. I'm here today for the National Kidney Foundation. I'm working in a partnership with them to bring a little bit of exercise on the tube. So most likely these videos are going to be visible on the National Kidney Foundation Rochester chapter Facebook page as well. And I would love to have you come and visit me on my channel if you are seeing this on Facebook. I have a YouTube channel, which is Movement with Anja, and there is right here on the bottom, if you are on YouTube, there's a little rectangle that says subscribe. I would love for you to do that. I'm an infant YouTuber and everything counts. So the more subscribers I have and the more likes and comments and shares I have and watched videos, the better I get. And then eventually I might be able to actually get paid for this. So that would be kind of cool. So today we're going to be working seated exercises again, and we are working upper body and lower body. I will use a little bit of equipment, but you do not have to have equipment if you don't have to, or if you don't have any, or if you don't want to use any. That's perfectly fine. But before we start, let me introduce myself. So I'm Anja, like I said. I am a German citizen. I live here in the United States for the last 17 years, and I have just started my own business as a personal trainer for in-home services. So if you live in the Rochester area and you're interested or in need of a personal trainer, and or you have your mother, your aunts, uncles, grandmas, you get the gist, they are recovering from a disease, or they have hip replacement, knee replacement, whatever surgery that might have been, I would be the person that would come in after the physical therapy would be done, and I would be able to help that person then to move on and get stronger and to gain their everyday activities back. So the things that we just do every day that we don't think about unless we can't use the limb or the body part that it has to be used for, and then we start having a problem. So that all being said, please listen to your doctor. If your doctor has said anything that you shouldn't be doing, that's what we want to listen to. I'm just giving suggestion. If your doctor says no, that's what we're going by. Also, please listen to your own self. So if we're doing something and you say, wow, that really doesn't feel good, please stop. There's no need for you to hurt yourself or to try to do something just because I said so. I'd much rather have you enjoy what you're doing and gaining something from it. And if there's pain, that's usually a sign that there's something wrong. There might be a little discomfort, but there shouldn't be any pain. All that being said, please do not forget to drink water. So we want to make sure that we keep hydrated, and that we're, especially in this weather, because we are doing a lot of sweating, and or also because the older we get, we kind of lose the sense of thirst, and we also lose the ability to really cool our body down. So that sweating kind of goes away, which is when you are in when you're in my age, and I'm like going right now in that menopausal kind of thing going on. That sounds absolutely fantastic when that sweating would go away, but hey, what can we do? So anyway, make sure that you keep your water going. I will have a stress ball that I will use for a workout, and I will also use a very small dumbbell. You can absolutely use something heavier. I'm just using this for demonstration purposes, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So cheers for the water, and then we're going to get started. Okay, so I'm not playing any music throughout my videos. I am just confused enough about these whole regulations of you're allowed to play this music, but not that music. And, they might stop your video because you had this music playing in the background and you weren't supposed to. So yeah, I'm not going to fuss with all this. I'm just not going to have any music. We're just going to work with a regular beat. Breath is your beat. We will figure this out. So I'm going to move back just a little bit so you can see a bit more. And we're going to start warming up. So we're going to march in place, and we're going to use our arms. So now the idea is that you want to use your foot on the floor. So not just your tippy toes. So I know when the hamstrings and the calves are tight, we have a tendency to kind of tap onto the front of the toes. So I'd like you to actually do this with your heel. So you're really putting your foot onto the ground. Good. Nice. So go ahead and let's take those arms out to the side, and we're going to release. Arms out to the sides and release. Deep inhale and exhale. So one thing that I would like you to focus on is your posture. So there's a really good chance that you have slouched in your chair right now, that you're sitting nice and comfortable, and you said, oh yeah, this is good. Well, let's see if we can extend the spine, we can engage the core muscles, and we're really working on stabilizing ourselves. Give me one more. And now hold those arms here and then push them forward and pull them back. Push them forward and pull them back. Deep inhale and exhale. So the more we're going to march with those legs, the more tired they're going to get, the more the back is going to get tired. So let's draw that navel in towards your spine. Let's draw in that pelvic floor. Feel how your body keeps to be nice and silent. Last one. And go ahead and take those arms up. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Yeah. Good. Give me one more. And then go ahead and release those arms. Roll your shoulders. Roll them forward and hold that march. Beautiful. So from here, we're going to step that foot out and we're going to step it back in. So right foot, left foot. Go back a little bit so you can actually see this. Right foot, left foot. And we're stepping back. Yeah. Beautiful. Let's do one more. And then release here. Now from here, we're going to take our hands in front. So we're just going to bring our hands in prayer position, and we're going to have this right in front of our chest. And then all we're going to do is we're going to turn the upper body to the left, and we're bringing it back in, and we're turning the upper body to the right. And you know what? As whatever is good for you. So if you say, you know what, I don't feel like I'm really moving anywhere, that's okay. But I would like you to keep your hands right by your sternum, so it's not this. It's not that we want to have the hands go back there, but we want to have the trunk turn. And I like to have that hand right here as a reference point, so I know that I'm not adding, I'm asking too much. I'm adding on my back. Give me one more. And release this here. Take your hands on your thighs. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see what I'm doing. So we're going to tuck the pelvis, and we're going to round our back, and we're rolling the shoulders forward and rounding here. Now stay here and take a deep inhale, and feel like you're opening up your shoulder blades. And then exhale and lift your head first. And then lengthen and open and stretch and feel that lift right here from the back. And then do that again. Tuck and roll. And go ahead and bring them back up all the way. Nice and tall. Awesome. Very nice. And let's do one more. And release here. Awesome. So last one for the warm-up. So we're going to take that left leg and we're taking it out. And we're stepping it back in. Let's do that again. And step it back in. And again. Step it back in. Last one. Awesome. And let's go ahead and do the right. Step it out. Step it in. Step it out. Step it in. So again, if you say, well, my leg does not go that far. My hips do not cooperate like this. Right here. It's the same thing. You do not have to do a big step. But you're stepping out and you're stepping in. Let's do one more. And release that. Good. So shake that off a little bit. So we're having our warm-up done. We're got our body just a little bit situated. So what we're going to do today is we're going to start out with a wood chop. So a seated wood chop. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that little dumbbell that I just had. But you can also use a stress ball. And the reason I'm saying the stress ball is because clearly, there's no weight to the stress ball, but it's just like this right here when we're turning. I'm looking for a reference point. So what I would like to do is I would like to have this weight or that stress ball in my hand. So if I just have my hands, it's really easy to kind of let my hands go all over the place. But if I have a reference point where I want to be, it's much easier than just having those arms kind of floating around. So again, either a weight or the stress ball, a water bottle, whatever that might be. It could be a pillow for all I care. So weight is in your hands. We're holding on to this. And what we're going to do is the rotation comes here. The rotation should not come from your legs. So when you're turning towards the right, there's a really good chance that your left knee will go forward. So that basically means that you're using your lower part of your spine to rotate. So what I like you to do is I would like you to think about right where the belly button is. And so your torso, so your rib cage is rotating on top of the pelvis. So that's what we want to create. New tongue, sorry about that. So that's what we want to create. So let's go ahead, take your weights, nice and tall, chest is up. And so we're going to reach that weight up towards the right. And then we're going to come down and down towards the left. And we're going to come up towards the right and down towards the left. Let's do it again. Here's 3. And there's 4. And there's 5. 6. 7. And 8. And release that. Good. So now we're going to go to the opposite side. So weights start again. On my chest, I'm going up toward the left, coming down to the lower right. So I'm reaching up to the left, coming down to the right. Lift up and back down. And again, here's 3. Here's 4. 5. 6. 7. And 8, and release that. Good job, very nice, beautiful. So you can do another set if you would like to do that. If you find at this point, you know what, this is enough. Enough is enough, 1 set is good. Ideally, we would like to see if we can go for 2 sets of 8. And if you say, you know what, nah, that's not really reachable yet, that's all good, it's all okay. So we're gonna go into a butterfly. So we're gonna be working the upper chest and the shoulder muscles. So I'd like you to either use some dumbbells if you have, or nothing at all if you don't need the dumbbells, or if you don't want the dumbbells, you don't have to. Now the question is, where did I put my other one? Oh, there it is. It's hiding on me. So I have the second dumbbell here, and so we're going to take those arms up, and we're bringing those elbows towards each other. So that's the idea. So if you say, well, my elbows don't touch, that's okay, but I don't want you to do this. I don't want you to bring your hands together. I really would like you to see about taking those elbows together and then opening them back up and drawing your shoulder blades together. That's the target area. If your elbows don't touch, do not frown. Just continue on and take a deep breath. Just let's work out here. Here we are. So we're going 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and release that. Good. Nice job. Roll those shoulders. Beautiful. So there's your upper body workout. Again, you can have another set if you like to. Certainly you can use more weights if you care. And absolutely, if you don't want to do anything, your arms are most likely heavy enough at times, and that would be plenty as well. So we're going into our lower body, but before we work those legs, we're going to be doing just a little bit more stretching for our trunk. So go ahead and place your hands, including your weights if you still have them, on your thighs. And then all we're going to do is, like we did in the warm-up, we're doing a cat-cow. I'm going to turn sideways. So we're going to tuck the tail, round the back, tuck the chin, bring the head, lift it up nice and tall. And go ahead and do that again. Tuck and roll. Head comes out. Lift and stretch. And release that. Good. So I hope that you're feeling good and everything is working out for you. So right now I'm going to have you, we're going to do a seated leg extension. So we're going to lift and extend the leg. We're alternating this, and we are doing 8 repetitions. So let's go ahead. Let's do this. Starting on the right. Here's 1. And 2. And 3. Nice job. Keep this chest up. Keep the belly tight. 4. Smile. 5. And breathe. Don't forget to breathe. 6, because when you don't breathe, you turn funky colors. That is not really good. Here's 7. Oh, we're almost there. You got it. And here's your last one. And there's the 8. Awesome. Very good. Nice job. Beautiful. So we're going to move those weights out of the way. So again, you can use heavier weights. I don't want to repeat myself like a robot here, but heavier weight, no weights, more repetitions, more sets. All these things are absolutely possible and certainly encouraged if you can and want to. So when you lift your legs and you extend, we're working hip flexor and quadriceps, so the big muscles in our thighs, and the muscle that is responsible for your upper body bending forward or you're lifting your knees. So now we're going to be working a little bit on the hamstrings. So the hamstring is important. So when you are walking, and you step forward and your foot comes up right here. So you can swing forward so you can make the next step. That's your hamstring, basically lifting up and bringing the foot forward. So that's what we're going to do now. So if you are on a carpet, if you're in shoes, if you're on a hardwood floor, just kind of play around with it. So what I like to do is I would like to put my heel in the front. So I'm stepping my foot out. There it is. So I'm stepping my foot out, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to drag that foot in. That's it. So we're going to start doing this with our left. So you might actually, let's say you're on the carpet, you could put a paper plate under your foot. You could use a towel under your foot. A towel on the hardwood floor probably works really well as well. So just kind of play around and see what works the best for you in your environment. The thing is that we do want to drag the foot, but we don't want to create any streaks on the floor with the heel of your shoe or, those kind of things. So again, kind of see what works. So we're going to pull this in. We're going to do 8 repetitions. We're sitting up nice and tall. Chest is up. Let's do it. Here we are. There's 1. There's 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. Nice and tight. And there's 8. And release. Let's go ahead and do the same thing on the right side. Here we are. We're doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and release that. Good, very good. So again, second set. If you have something like this, like an elastic tubing, you could tie this on a chair, make sure that the chair or whatever you tie it on is a solid object. But if you have this tied onto something, you can put your foot in there and you can basically pull with the band and engage that muscle just a little bit more. So maybe in another video, I will actually explain that a little bit more into detail and have that all set up so I can show you guys what that would look like. So let's see. So we have 1 more left, and then we're going to do a little stretching, and then you are on your own for today. So let's do we're going to do the hip rotation like we've done earlier in the warm-up. So what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to lift up, I'd like you to rotate out, I'd like you to bring it back in, extend it out, bring it in, and release. Let's do this again. On the left side, we lift, we rotate, bring it back in, extend, in, and release. Let's do this together. Here we go. We do 8 on the left side. Here we are. Up and out and in and extend and bring it back in and down. Here we are. 2. Yeah. And 3. And 4. Hopes and 4. And there's 5. And here's 6. Ooh, those hips are getting warm. And 7. And here's number 8. Yeah, there you are. Good, and release. Ooh, that gets nice and warm in there. So again, as you know, shake it out just a little bit. So if you know that those 8 were just way too much, I couldn't do that, do as many as you can. Maybe next time when you do this video, you can do 1 more. It's all about improving and getting better at what you're doing at the time. So it's no big deal if you can't do all of the 8 repetitions. Let's do this on the right. Here we are. We're lift, we're open, we're in, we're extend, and down. Let's do it again. Up. Here's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1 more, and 8. And release that here. Awesome. Shake it off. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. So we're going to do a little bit of stretching. We're going to take a deep inhale lift. And then exhale and take your hands behind you and hold on to your chair. Now draw your shoulder blades together and lift your chest up. And just lean and feel how that stretch goes into your chest and your shoulders. Good. And release that. Inhale lift. Exhale out. Take your right arm up. Inhale, lift. Exhale, stretch it out, nice and tall. And release. And go ahead and do the left. Inhale up. Exhale, stretch it out. And release this here. Beautiful. Take your your left hand behind you. Take your right hand onto your left thigh, nice and tall. And go ahead and turn. And release. And let's switch sides. Inhale. Exhale and turn. And bring them back to center. I like that. Let that right arm right in front of you. Take your left hand and hold on to that arm. Then just kind of pull it in. Yeah. Deep inhale and exhale. Relax into the muscle. Oh yeah. Don't pull your shoulder out. And then release that. And then go ahead and do the other side. Inhale. Exhale. And release that. Roll those shoulders. Good. So now from here, go ahead and step your left foot out. Right, both hands on your right thigh. Lift up the chest and sit forward. So now the idea is that when we do this, it's this hamstring stretch. You don't want to end up here. You don't want to round your shoulders forward. So you want to keep that chest lifted. You want to sit up. You want to feel how your body's engaged and then lift up through the crown while you're leaning in. So we're stretching the left hamstring right now. And release that. Now go ahead and take your left foot. You can either cross your ankles, you can cross your knees, or you can take your leg all the way up if that is good. Lift up through the chest again and then lean forward just a little bit. You don't want to put a lot of pressure on your knee because we want to keep that knee protected. Make sure you keep your foot flexed. And release that. Awesome. Let's do the other side. Right foot is out, both hands on your left, chest is lifted, and we're sitting forward and hinging in. Flex your foot just a little bit. Beautiful. And release. And then take your right foot, either cross or bring them all the way up, whichever is good for you. Sit up tall and then lean in just a little bit. And release that here. Good. So let's go ahead and let's have a nice drink because we have had nothing. So replenishing what we're sweating out. Ooh, it is warm. So again, everybody, thank you so much for joining me for today's class. I am happy that you're here with me. And again, I would appreciate if you come and check me out on YouTube, if you find me on Facebook. And if you are on YouTube, go ahead and check out the National Kidney Foundation's page. They are here on Facebook as well. So again, thank you very much, everybody. Have a wonderful day. Stay healthy, stay cool, and drink some water. Bye-bye.